Hello, hello! Welcome to another episode of Stuff We Like.
Stuff we
A
like.
GDP post show for those that did not get their fill.
Yeah.
Want to gain more. Alright, so last week we talked about the new Avatar path, actually Ed.
Yeah.
And that got lost to shitty recording.
Yeah.
So should we talk about it again? Now that we actually know what it's like?
I just want to say that at the start of the path, it was confusing to me that they don't show you all the spleen upgrades you could get. So I assumed that there was only that one.
Yeah, you got the spleen, you got the stomach, and you got the liver. You got the liver and the stomach first, I think, and then you got the spleen.
Yeah.
And then you were surprised that there were more spleens.
I just assumed oh well, it's only going to give me this much more spleen, and there's only. And also, I was wrong. There, I guess I looked at the spleen items that they sell in the shop too, and the first one is good, the second one is awesome, and the third one is awesome. But I only looked at the first two and was like, oh, this isn't very good or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but.
Well, I like the idea of a mummified beef haunch. I like the fact that you could just inhale it.
Yeah.
It's inhaling a beef haunch. Imagine the Renaissance Fair turkey legs.
Yeah.
Imagine those, but you just kind of sniff it, and there it is. There it is. You just hailed an entire haunch of beef.
Haunch.
I want a beef haunch.
It makes me what it makes me think of that I want is a giant bone, like a turkey leg, but of beef.
Oh, okay, all right.
And like a ham.
Yeah, the cartoon things of ham.
Like a cartoon
there's the
ham.
bone sticking out of it. You can see the inside of a bone. It's just
and it's
sliced.
yeah.
And you could see the giant thing.
But it's now beef jerky. That's what I want. Giant beef jerky on a bone.
You have to have a fat calf for that.
Like an entire cow made into beef jerky. It's whole. That is what I need in my life. That's something.
I think that would be the ultimate cookout. Just kind of deep fry a cow.
That's a thing I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's
Aqua
see.
Teen Hunger Force, man.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking of. They flash fry the cow. They fill it with nacho cheese.
They take ranch dressing and inject it under the skin while it's still alive. It's isn't that super painful?
Okay, but let's see what else. Car regeneration's a big thing with that.
Yeah.
Some people were complaining, okay, well, maybe the next item of the month that's going to help out with Ed is going to, be more fair to people that don't have Conspiracy Island. And I'm like, that's not going to be their style. They're just going to make it, straight up, you might get +1 from all sources.
Right.
So, you might get something from the undead.
Yeah, that's what, my theory was that the IOTM would be that, there are monsters that give you nothing. So instead of saying it's maybe +1, I would say that maybe you get a special item that lets you get stuff from the undead specifically. Okay,
well at that point it would be
Ankh of something.
Anka badonka donka.
Yeah.
Well, I guess at that point it would nerf Conspiracy Island a little bit, but I think that would still be the optimal strategy. You know what I mean?
I bet too that the item is going to be named blank of Ed. I think that's how they're going to do it.
Well, I mean, now this is a good time to actually talk about it.
There's Eye of Ed, Staff of Ed. I don't know. It's just a guess.
Other Eye of Ed. Someone in our clan chat said Ed dress. I like that. Like a headdress, but Ed dress.
Yeah.
But I think I'm betting it's going to be an amulet. I've got a pretty good track record with betting, seeing as how I thought it was going to be Avatar Susie, and that's seriously not happening.
Well, they give you the staff at the start of the run. So I don't think it's going to be a weapon.
It can't be an offhand either. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it would be. Well, is there a good offhand with that?
Is there a good one?
Yeah. Some people have been talking about Panda Jarlsberg.
True. That's I don't know.
Because, you can only eat so much food, so it's okay, well, instead of actually getting food, how about if I make potions out of it?
I use Pantsgiving, and I get 7 fullness.
There you go.
It's nice.
Oh, well, actually, the Panda's still in season, so, yeah, that works. That would make sense, then. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it's
I
good.
get that then.
It's good if you have it. I don't think you should buy it if you don't.
Well, we have...
It's not gonna
We
be
had one to loan out, but the person that borrowed it still... She just, like, logs on intermittently, and I was, like, afraid of this happening. I gotta text her
It's
and,
like
I gotta text her and just tell her, look, just drop Ronin, go to Valhalla. I don't care. I just want the thing back. I love her and everything, but, like, crap. That's something we should have, like, figured out.
Yeah. Someone, I had lent someone something, Thor's pliers, and she accidentally started a new... I don't care, though. It's, like, not of issue to me.
Yeah, well, you're playing a little less. I use our shared accounts funds to buy 2 Mr. Accessories, so whatever comes out next, we'll be able to, like... Whatever comes out in, like, 2 days.
Right.
Because Jick... I knew this was going to happen.
What?
Every time...
Why doesn't he just say it's going to come out on the 2nd of the month?
Or just, like, the first week of the month.
It
just,
seems...
like, give yourself a vague thing.
If it's still coming out, like... it's still coming out a month apart. It's just
I said in clan chat, I said, so who wants to bet how late the item of the month is going to be? Like, oh, that's terrible. I'm like, that's his MO. That's what he does every damn time.
It has nothing...
It's never out on the
It has
actual
nothing
day.
to do with the difficulty of producing the item of the month within a month.
Yeah, I think he just straight up forgets sometimes.
Well, I think he also sees the deadline and judges it wrong or something.
Yeah.
Like when you have a paper due and you're like, oh,
to be fair,
do that the night before.
To be fair, in this instance only, February is a tricky month. Like I have a deposit coming up on a wedding venue for $2,000, and that's due tomorrow. I'm like, oh, that's March 1st. I got a couple of days. Like, nope, that's tomorrow, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be March.
Yeah. But let's see. What else did we cover with Ed that got lost in a very shitty episode?
Love bugs, people like.
Yeah, we already talked about love bugs.
Was
there more with Ed? I guess not. We're not really doing it. You're doing it, but like sort of half-assedly because you're not that on as much anymore.
I just have to.
I'm not doing it. Period.
I just have to figure out. I'm shifting schedules in real life, so. That's been somewhere. The game has just been somewhere that that's been sacrificed right now. But once I get stabilized, like, I'll play again.
Yeah, all right. I know tomorrow I'm starting a Bad Moon competition.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that with Akerson, and originally we had these stakes where the person that finished later would buy the winner. I think 10 electric Kool-Aids. But we had a friend that was
good.
No, but here's the kicker. We had our mutual friend Dr. Unk.
Oh god.
One big in MMG, and I immediately said, "Give me Dread consumables," and he did it. And I'm like, I'm just kidding, dude. That's like 50 million meat.
Ugh.
And he did it, and I'm totally fucking grateful for it. So now I just said, you know what? I'm gonna make those the stakes. The winner gets whichever trophy he wants. The loser gets the lesser trophy. Because there's like 45 Bloodwisers and 33 Electric Kool-Aids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, winner clearly is going to get the Bloodwisers. Loser's going to get the Kool-Aids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, those are better stakes. No one loses anything.
Right.
You only get something for enduring the hell that is Bad Moon. Which, I guess after the latest iteration of the tower, it's not really hell anymore, is it? The last quest isn't a fetch quest as much anymore. It's, well, I mean, if you don't care about being optimal, you could just sign up for the contest and punch your way through. Right. There's literally no reason to swap out from the Black Cat now if you're doing Kitty Core. You don't have to do the Starfish or the Tower Familiars. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you switch out the Black Cat, that's like on your own volition. Like you're to blame for that. You stupid human.
I mean, I don't know. It was never really horrible. It's just it's different, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's better to do if you can actually plan that far ahead when you're starting out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do less than 5 Ascensions, by all means do Bad Moon, do Kitty Core, realize how shitty this game can be to you, and just get it out of the way.
I I hate bees. I think more. I don't know, but yeah.
At least with bees hate you. Like you still have like limited access to all of your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pain in the ass to realize. Oh well, I guess I can't use that. because you don't really think about the bees. With Bad Moon, there's no equipment restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
There's just, okay, well, this has a bee in it. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. What was there was? I'm trying to think here. There was some thing I had that let me negate the black cat. What was the thing I used? I don't know. It came out later, and it was like...
Oh, I remember. It was Whitey's Grove. Whitey's Grove. You turned your familiars into pigs.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't do that?
That wasn't the thing. I'll never remember now.
Crap.
What does the cat do, though? It does something like...
It takes away some stat gains. It
right. Bats away items.
Bats away items. Sometimes forces you to attack with your weapon instead of a combat skill.
It drains your MP.
Yeah.
What stops the familiar, though? I don't know. It's probably a waste of time for me to try and figure it out.
Yeah, probably.
I had a cool little thing, though. I don't know.
I thought that was actually like a prevalent strategy. Hey, turn your cat into a pig and don't change it back, and then you could like just do your run as normal.
Yeah. I'm never gonna remember.
I'm not looking forward to it, but it's something that I'm starting tomorrow. Hopefully, when he's done with his Ed run.
Right.
But I kind of have like this feeling maybe there's something that is missing now. Like, okay, well he's changed the requirements. Now there's things that just don't make any sense anymore, like the loaded dice.
Oh yeah.
Like the skeleton room, with the skeleton key.
Right.
Like you had to get the loaded dice because you wouldn't be able to use clovers. That's obsolete now. I wonder if anyone's remembered about that.
I mean, it's still different though. You still have to do those adventure. You still have to get through the tower. The tower still has stuff. You still have to get all those keys.
But the tower has like you don't have to get the star hat and pants. You don't have to take a vacation if you don't want to. You can still do it just for like the stat gains or something.
Right.
You just need to fetch 2 things from the same place in the kingdom. That's it.
Let me tell you something. It messed me up a lot when I found out that you didn't need the keys for Ed. Or any of the tower junk.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. Like what's... Oh, well, I guess that would make sense because...
The tower's done for you.
Yeah, because
like
he
you
just
have a
cleared
different
through.
area to go to do stuff, but...
Okay, I get you, because he's already done it, so...
So if you start... But you don't know... I don't know, like, I was wondering, like, is it gonna... Should I even do the MacGuffin quest, or is it going to be done when I get there, and I'm going to have wasted my time, like, preparing these areas? But then I didn't have... So I hesitated on that, and then eventually it was just like... I think I heard people saying they were, that... I figured out that it was, you needed to do it, the quest anyway, and so I started to do those areas, and I didn't... But I always did the key things, I was, like... Eating a pie a day for a key or something, and you don't need it.
It shifts your perspective, like something fierce.
It messes me up because it's good. I mean, it's an interesting thing because now you don't need these certain areas, but yet you have to. So now I depended on those areas to like level myself up, like in between things. And, like, now I don't need pixels.
Like, take note, anyone that works for Asymmetric, like, I think this is probably your best shot at the next Avatar thing if you don't want to do any, like, in-depth writing. You did Ed, which is basically post-quest everything. Do Avatar a Naughty Sorceress. Seriously. Like, set the events in motion to make the adventure do all those things. And, like, the last boss would be King Ralph. Like... Fight him and imprison him, and that's it. That's the end.
Ed is a cool one because it's ancient Egyptian themed. So like, there's not a lot to Ed in the game, but ancient Egyptian themed run is like basically what it is. And they throw in like the adventurer's already been here, kind of you're trailing him thing.
Yeah,
but
something like on the opposite end of that, like okay, well now you're starting trouble in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Maybe there was like turmoil before. Maybe there wasn't any turmoil before then, and you're like, well, let's fix that.
Like, I can't see them doing a boss bat one. Like some of the other bosses, I don't know if would work. I don't know. Maybe Goblin King would be cool.
Well, I can already imagine like what was it? Highland, Black Angus.
Yeah.
You could get to the. You could beat through all 3 of those hills and like ruin his TV reception or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe find a Yeti, and like bewitch him.
Naughty Sorceress would be so. I guess they could do it in a way that it follows the same quest path, and you do this, and they don't change much except for the boss.
I don't know how you would be able to do MacGuffin quest because that's sort of like a personal one.
Well, they kind of
that one's just thrown in
this time.
Well, yeah, they did that this time, but that's because that directly involved Ed.
Right.
I think the Naughty Sorcerer was just like, okay, well, I don't. This has nothing to do with her. This is something that we need from you. You could probably like piss off hippies and frat orcs and be like, well, now there's going to be a war.
Yeah. I guess those things. What would probably happen is they would just make a non. They would just be like,
now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably a terrible idea. Don't use Avatar.
They would probably, for the things that didn't involve her, just be like, you should probably do this for no reason or something. You should probably start a war again to see what happens. Like this time they're like, let's start the war again to see what happens. I'm curious. Like it's like the worst excuse for you to do the quest, but what are you gonna do?
Well, with Ed, that was kind of lazy writing. I mean, I don't want to accuse them of lazy writing. I'm just saying, like, okay, that doesn't really make much sense.
I guess
because you have to start up the war again because, okay, the one that was blown back to the Stone Age, like, they weren't doing anything differently in modern times, so they recouped rather quickly. I'm like, you just killed 1,000 of them. Calm the fuck down.
I think it's just them saying, like, we know that this doesn't really fit the story of Ed, but we need to still include the level 12 quest, so here you go. Like, we're not going to try to make it fit.
Well, I think that's the next thing that's actually going to be revamped, isn't it? They've revamped everything else in order of when it was implemented.
What's that? The island?
Yeah, the Mysterious Island quest.
Yeah, they're going to do that.
Because they did the lair now, and they changed it, and it's nice. It's definitely a step up.
What's going to happen is, I don't have the MacGuffin. I don't have the Monster Manual factoids for the hippie boss in regular. I don't have them for the hippie boss in, like, Heavy Rains, when it's, like, the other thing. I don't have them for Ed when it's the different thing. And each one of those is 3.
Well, I
think I might have, like, 1 for the regular.
I really don't think they're going to change the actual boss. They might just mostly change the side quests.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because I think, well, Lobster Frogman is, like, it's just sort of luck.
I think it's fun.
Flyering is okay. Yossarian's just weird. It's
weird that we have one zone. Like, how many zones are there that depend on plus combat?
There's that one in the Black Forest.
And also, what about...
but that's not even, like, dependent. Like, you can't escape the non-combat.
You need it.
But it's there. You have to deal with it.
What Pirates, too. Pirates.
Pirates. But that's...
The Faux Castle.
But I think to complete that one, you could just sit through the non-combats for Lobster Frogman. That's literally the only thing you need.
I guess.
Otherwise, you're going to be stuck there for like 100 adventures, and it's like, okay, well, now I finally finished it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did change it to, like, if you spend a certain amount of adventures, it gives you.
Yeah, well, now it's not super likely,
like
but it's just
capped it or something.
Yeah, it's not super likely, but it's like it's likely-ish.
I don't know.
Well, that's.
But I think that they should include some more plus combat stuff.
Yeah. I guess another thing that we could talk about that I've been kind of like saying at the end of every episode, like, okay, well, next one we should like talk about this. I think now is like that time. Doing administrative and bureaucratic things in a fun game. What the fuck is that about?
It's weird because
everyone's there just for fun, and here you are saying like, well, now I'm going to be king of the thing that we're doing.
It's nice to have a group of people that get together. I mean, it's fun to have fun. It's nice to have fun on your own, but then it's not also fun to group with people and have a sort of a communal thing.
It's sort of like people.
But community is hard, man.
Yeah, no, it is, and like I gotta give props to people that actually like take it seriously. Like, I'm leader of my clan, and Mike helps me out here, and we have a couple of mods and everything, and like I actually give them like duties and jobs to do. And they do it well. I'm like, oh, that's kudos to you guys. You really could just like stop at any time and say, I don't want to do this anymore.
People are just not people in charge, but people in general though. Like someone will come into the clan and they'll be like, oh, like,
why the fuck are there rules about
Can I just do everything I want?
Yeah, I've actually like told people, why can't I have dungeon access? I'm like, did you read the rules?
They can't do it.
You can't do it. They didn't do that in my old clan.
People are the worst, man. Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's not how we do things here.
It's just like...
And I feel weird every time saying that, like, but that's not how we do things here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know.
Like, who the hell are we to impose rules? It's like when everyone's playing a pirate ship on a playground, and then there's some kid that's like actually takes it seriously, like the role of captain. And he's like, hoist the mainsails. And he's just having fun giving directions, and people are having fun pretending along with it.
All right.
Like, that's a weird anomaly, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's like part of the, I don't know. It's just that you have,
because like it's actual, like it's a job. It seriously is, like making rules, implementing a system.
It's just having a system and enforcing it because that's what you need. Otherwise, people are going to take advantage, and it's
very true.
You know, it's like having a bowl of candy in front of your house at Halloween, man. You know,
oh yeah, that's a thing.
There are some people that are going to just do the right thing, and there's some people that aren't, and so the rules are there so that when somebody comes later, regardless of what they would do, there would be something there for them too, you know. I don't know, it's like that.
I can't wait until I'm like, I have my own place to live, like in the suburbs or something, and people are like trick-or-treating at my place. I'm just gonna have a bowl of candy out there, like, take one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like hide in the bushes in like a bear costume or something.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, he left a bowl of candy, let's take the whole thing. And I'm gonna come out just like,
yeah. Do it.
I just totally will fucking do that. Like, I'll scare some kids shitless and have some parents yell at me. Be like, look, I left the sign there for a reason. You can't take the bowl. That's my bowl. Also, that's candy.
My uncle has this mask that's like a human kind of mask. It's not like a weird monster, but it's just like a bald, kind of Uncle Fester looking scary head. Ooh. And so he put that on with like a turtleneck, which conceals that it's a mask. You know, I mean, anyone could see that it's a mask but if it's coming at you,
you don't think
for that time it looks real.
Well, you don't have time to process that.
Yeah,
you have to have like you have to have be like an air. You have to be like a pilot of a fighter jet to be like, okay, I see that.
So I would open the door and give out candy to trick-or-treaters, and my uncle, on all fours with that mask on, would like run on all fours, like, you know, scramble towards the front door. And this kid was wearing a homemade costume, which is the best, because store costumes are terrible.
No, store costumes are shit. But when someone actually takes the time out to make a costume, that is cool as hell.
And it's not just like, it's still cool.
Anyone that listens to this, if you had a parent that made you a costume when you were a kid, give them a hug. God damn it.
Like, it's cool if you have a vampire costume and you made it yourself or something. Like, okay, that's cool. But it's more cool when you make a costume that, like, no one else has made, you know? So this kid was in a costume that was a kissing booth. He was, like, 8 or something, you know? He was, like, really young. So he's wearing, like, a box. A wearable, box that goes up above his head, too. And, like, there's, like, a cutout, like, he's in the booth. Like he's the fortune teller in Big or something, you know? He's in there. and he ran down the stoop, and ran down the steps, and was like,
broke it. Did he break it?
No, but he was just so scared.
Yeah. Well, I'd be fucking like freaked out too.
He ran like so far away. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know. All Hallows Steve was a joke, but also like a political statement. Like, Halloween's not scary anymore. I'm like, it's not. You're right. It's absolutely not. Halloween's not scary.
Yeah.
Adults are dressing up sexy, and kids are just wearing dumb things.
It's still cool, I think. It's gotta still be a cool thing.
There's like a twilight age where
I think
it's like you've reached the point where you're not really doing it for candy anymore, but you're also like, you still want to do it seriously.
Yeah.
So you actually put effort into a cool costume. I've been wanting to do a cool costume for years.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, every Halloween, I'm just kind of like stuck at home.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'm not popular enough to go to a party. Who cares?
You could
Crash one?
I guess so.
Well, that too.
It bothers me that there are places where there's a curfew for Halloween. And there's like trick-or-treating times, and some of them are like, it's like prearranged so that you're trick-or-treating like the day before Halloween, and this group is like trick-or-treating or this like sector of town is trick-or-treating, and it's like only in the afternoon from these times. Like, what?
Do you know what pisses me off?
You can't tell me what to do.
It's almost like that sort of trick-or-treating time is like almost enforced by everyone now.
It would make me so sad.
Like, when I was giving out candy this year, because I actually got back from work, at a time when people were trick-or-treating, I think once, like, 8 or 8:30 rolled around, like, everyone stopped. The streets were bare. I'm like, oh, God, really?
It depends, I guess, sometimes on the weather and the year, the if it's freezing cold out and, like, drizzling.
It wasn't even bad.
Yeah.
That's what I hated the most about it. Like, no one was getting rained on. It was still pleasant out. Yeah. And it just got dark, and that's it. I'm like, really? This is candy.
The worst was my 4th grade teacher made us inventory our candy and made it into a statistics thing. So, like, you had to say, like, out of all your candy, like, how much was, like, Reese's peanut butter cups and how much was,
Well, that's
like, how much was, like, general categories, like chocolate or something. Like, how much of it was chocolate.
That's cool, though. No, that's
it was
like
not cool. Because
that's integrating math into real life.
I had homework on Halloween. It was not
okay,
cool.
well, yeah, that I get. That I get. Well, you could also be like the jackass kid that was like, I didn't go trick-or-treating. I'm too old for that. So I guess I get 0 out of 0 through all that then. I'm like,
I don't know what I don't know. We were pretty young.
But I guess final verdict. Ed, go do it.
Ed,
don't listen to any of my ideas. And I guess next week I'll like update you guys on how well Bad Moon is doing. For I guess detail's sake, I'm a turtle tamer, and it's gonna be kitty core, so that's gonna be awesome.
I gotta get back. I haven't played in like some days.
No, it's gonna be like good for me, because when you're doing Bad Moon, you could basically do all of your turns in like 30 minutes. With like a good amount of planning. I think generally though it's probably going to be like, okay, well I only have like 40 adventures today. May as well spend them here and hopefully get this leg of the quest done. It's probably going to be later on.
Yeah.
But I guess next week we'll talk about what the item of the month is. Whatever it is, our clan is going to buy 2 of them. Hopefully we'll like loan them out.
Maybe
we'll have a system.
Maybe I'll get the February one tonight for the heck of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I still got to buy that.
Yep.
Because there were some people that were telling me, oh, well, it's totally worth it. It's free stuff. I'm like, it's minimal upgrades, yeah, but I guess it is free stuff. I suppose. Alright. Whatever. You won me over, guys.
Yeah.
I'll fucking shell out more money. Why not? Okay, well, I guess that's it for now. That's our half an hour. You're totally falling asleep.
Yeah, I gotta go to work in 6 hours.
Yeah, you gotta drop me off at the train station too. You know what? Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
Alright.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week.
See you next week.